And I want to show you this comparison so you see who's less expensive than others or more expensive. Here we have individual single premiums in this first chart, okay? This is a single non-smoker rate, so no couples discounts here, and it's the lowest return of premium option. So it's cash value only in the return of premium. So we've got 55-year-old males here for all 6 carriers. And what I did was I looked at a $5,000 monthly benefit with a 6-year benefit period and 3% compound inflation. That's going to get you about a $120,000 death benefit, a $360,000 pool of money, total long-term care benefit pool. And then I said, what's that going to cost in a single premium? So you have Nationwide, One America, Lincoln, Securian, Bright House, and Thrivent. You can see here, 55-year-old male with compound inflation, 3% compound, except for Bright House, where you have to do indexed, no 3% compound available right now until July. You can see that Lincoln and Securian are the 2 best prices. All right, 73 grand and 74 grand. Now you see Bright House at 80, Nationwide at 81, and then notice One America is quite a bit more expensive. And then Thrivent is the most expensive, almost 50 grand more than the cheapest price. So you can see why not much Thrivent is being sold in the marketplace. So in the return of premium column, this is the cash that's available in year 5 if they quit. So if they wanted to walk away, let's say they bought the cheapest product, which is Lincoln. In year 5, they've had about 51,000. The premium was 73. So again, it's going to be in that 65 to 70% range. And they walk away with 51,000 in year 5 if they wanted to cancel. Now, I wanted to show you some other prices. You see One America at 107, pretty expensive here comparatively. But if you use the 20-year inflation instead of lifetime, the price drops by 20 grand down to 87. So with One America, you're going to want to use that 20-year inflation to get the price down. And remember, with One America, you could even take it one step further and unbundle where you're doing the inflation. Do you want to do it on the acceleration or the extension of benefits? Either or. What do you want to do there? You can reduce the price by not putting it on the acceleration and only adding it to the extension. Now, the benefits aren't as good if you do that, comparatively speaking, against these where it's on both, but you had that option. I just wanted to remind you about that. And then for Thrivent, if you want to get the price down, same thing, use 20-year inflation, gets it down to 107. And then at 5%, acceleration, which is what we said you should use, the price comes down to 99. So you get the price even further down by using the 5% acceleration. If you want to use the 5% and the 20 years, you get it down to 89,000. So just a couple of choices there on these products. So what if we do the same thing on females? 55-year-old female with 3% inflation. You see a little bit difference here. You see Bright House being the cheapest for females. Remember, they were about third up here for males, but they're the cheapest for females. You see Lincoln and Securian still being in the ballpark there. The next 2 closest, they were the best prices for males. Now for females, they're second and third. You see Nationwide being more expensive. You see outrageous numbers for One America and Thrivent for females. What about 65? I'm going up to age 65, and just to make things a little different here, I said, what if we have no inflation? So once we start getting up into the older ages, we want to consider not using inflation anymore, but same thing, 5,000, 6-year benefit period. Now we're looking at a 65-year-old male with no inflation. What does that price look like? So here we go. We got Bright House and Securian again, the best prices. So you'll keep hearing these names over and over again. Bright House, Securian, Lincoln, you're seeing them in different areas. So let's do a quick comparison. 65-year-old male and a 55-year-old male for Securian, they're both about 74 grand. Well, why is that? He's 10 years older. Well, here we have no inflation. He's 10 years older, but there's no inflation. The price is about the same as we have up here for a 55-year-old male with inflation. Okay, so something interesting. One America, much more competitive now at the older ages with no inflation. So that's something we'll note as a niche for them. All right, so they're more back in line with pricing for older people with no inflation. Look at Nationwide, down to 77. You've got 74s for Securian and Bright House on 65-year-olds with no inflation. Let's drop down a little bit more. We've got females, same thing for females, 65-year-old females, no inflation. Who's got the best prices on females? Securian again. Okay, so Securian, 82 grand. Nationwide, 85 grand. Older females with no inflation, Securian. Older males with no inflation, Securian and Bright House. All right, so just wanted to show you a few of those different pricing comparisons. Again, all of these are available to you to download in your handouts. Now let's go down to recurring premiums. What about these flexible premium payments for lifetime? We've got 55-year-old male, same thing, 3% compound. The best recurring premium or lifetime premium payment for the 3 carriers that offer it, Nationwide, One American, Thrivent, $5,600 for Nationwide. They have the best lifetime premium pricing. If you wanted to get the One America and Thrivent prices down, use the 20-year inflation. You can get it down even below the Nationwide price if you do that. Here we go again. Females at age 55, $7,270 for Nationwide, the best again. You can do the same thing for females, use the 20-year inflation to get the price down. So remember, Nationwide, best lifetime premium product if your clients are looking for that. How about couples? This is where we look at the joint products. So we have Nationwide Care Matters Together. That's their joint contract. What we're looking at again is a 55-year-old male and female couple. And what I said here was we're going to see what kind of monthly benefit and pool of money we can get if we spend 100 grand. So we're going to do a single premium of 100 grand. If it's a joint contract, we're going to stick 100 grand in there. If it's 2 individual contracts, we're going to put in 50 grand each. Let's see what that does. Well, with Care Matters Together, $3,629 monthly benefit with a 96-month benefit period. You want to use their 8-year benefit period on their joint contract to compete. That gives them a pool of almost $350,000 and a $3,600 monthly benefit that they can each get money out of at the same time, with a pool of $348. All right, so if we look at One America for the same 55-year-old couple, putting 100 grand into their joint contract, you want to use their 25 plus 50 benefit period structure. That's going to get you $2,800 in a monthly benefit. Not as good. So if you're comparing the 2 joint contracts that are available in the marketplace, Nationwide's going to win, plus it's cash. But what I thought about was, well, it might be better if we just do 2 individual contracts instead of just assuming that a joint contract is going to be better for couples. So what about Lincoln? Lincoln, you can get $3,800 and $3,300 for a male and female over 6 years. Remember, these are individual contracts, so the death benefit will get paid on each death if there's any death benefit available. So when you add up the numbers, you've got about $170,000 total in death benefits if it's not used for LTC. Whereas with the joint contracts, they're second to die policies, so the death benefits only paid if there's death benefit left after the second death. So you've got pool of money here for each instead of a shared pool up here for $50,000 each in premium. So you've got $3,800 and $3,300, a little bit better for males, a little bit less for females than the $3,600 you can get it nationwide, and so on down the road. You've got the best male rate with Lincoln, you've got the best female rate with Bright House. So my other thought was, hey, why not put the male with Lincoln and the female with Bright House? You get a little bit more in monthly benefits than nationwide. Well, part of the problem is complexity. If it were my client, what I would probably do is just stick with the nationwide product because it's easier. They're both going to be applying to the same carrier. It's one application. They want to be together. They want to do those things together instead of two apps, two underwriting processes, confusing the issues, different underwriting in each. At least with nationwide, you know it's going to be a simple phone interview for each of them. It's a cash benefit. They share the benefits. While you might be able to get a little bit more benefits out of doing it separately for the same amount of money, the complexity, I think, would lead me to just trying to keep it simple with my clients and have them both apply for the nationwide care matters together at the same time. So I just wanted to show you some of those pricing comparisons. I know that's a lot of details. Again, you can download this